Are you ready? You ready? Yeah. You wanna go see it? You wanna go see it? Yeah. Yeah. Very exciting. Look.
Welcome to Hoovies Garage, and it's a very happy day at Hoovies Garage because my 911 Turbo is home. But that's not the focus of today's video, is it, Frank? The wizard who fixed my 911 Turbo, he's been on a roll up at the wizard shop, and there's more things fixed. And I'm told that there has been a mystery box that has showed up at his door full of parts for my Border Patrol Raptor. So I am going to head to the car wizard shortly and decide which of my fixed hoopties I am going to bring home. But as always, there's a continuous steady supply of broken cars here inside the garage, so I just pick one to take its place up there. I think I know which one. I promise my next video will be on the 911 Turbo. It's actually also my 1-year anniversary with the car, so there is a lot to talk about. But let's get up to the wizards, eh? Bring this thing with us. Perhaps not.
Now, obviously, my 500 SL has some electrical problems. I showed this in a previous video, back when it would still start. Whatever this is also draining the battery. But every time I open the door, all the electrical systems come to life. Listen real closely. See the humming of the electrical system, the fuel pump, that kind of stuff? That should only happen when I turn the key. It's like I've turned the key, but I haven't. And the strangest thing is, if I open the door before I turn the car off, then the car will stay running when I remove the key. It's the weirdest thing. I'll show you once it finally does start. Maybe we won't get to the wizard. This may be another one that goes on the tow truck. Come on, you. There we go. So now that it's running, allow me to demonstrate this fault. Key is out. Engine is still running. Now I will close the door. Magic. I seem to be having bad luck with Mercedes recently because all of them are demon-possessed. The E63, this, and my 500E, which is actually off getting its transmission rebuilt. So let's start this thing again and get up to the wizard. Wizard? Because it's not all bad news. There's the mystery box. The mystery box.
For those new to Hoovies Garage, welcome to the dumbest automotive channel on YouTube. This is my 1985 Mercedes 500 SL, which is actually my first car. My grandmother bought this thing new, and she gave it to me when I was a teenager in high school, which is insane. I was an insanely lucky kid, and it's what started my sickness, my car sickness. This was the fastest production Mercedes in 1985. This is crazy. All aluminum 5-liter V8, 240 horsepower. It is fun to drive, but the sentimental attachment is definitely why I've kept this thing for so long. I'll never get rid of it, even though it has drained so much money from me over the years. This is the first car to really bleed me dry from when I was a teenager all the way to now at 33 years old. But if you're new to the channel, one thing that does seem to help my cars run better is if you hit that subscribe button down there and ring the bell. The car knows and it likes it, so please do that if you haven't already. Thank you very much. Now we'll get up to the wizards.
Wizard! Hey, Wizard! What are you doing?
Working on the big rig.
What? That's your new hoopty?
It's gonna be a tow truck we can tow your hoopties with.
I never thought owning an H2 would make me feel inadequate, but holy moly. We'll get to that in a little bit, but first of all, here. Here you go. Here.
Wait.
Notice something?
How is it still running?
Because the door is open, silly. That's why it's still running. What? Yeah, so that's the new electrical issue with the 500 SL.
You know what I think happened here? When your E63 had its spewing of demonic activity, I think it infested this thing.
I think so. It spread to all the Mercedes in the garage. Yeah, I need you to take a look at this and figure it out.
Okay.
What are you doing here? A Brigadier.
Brigadier.
And it's a giant tow truck.
$4 grand.
$4,000 for a rollback tow truck.
A rocking rollback, and it ran and drove here.
It ran and drove the Brigadier.
Big Brigadier, yeah.
This will come in very handy.
It will.
There have been a lot of tows lately.
To save on AAA.
Look at this shifter. Wow. I guess you can collect hoopties for me that break, and
Two at a
hopefully,
time.
yeah, 2 at a time, which has happened before. So it's certainly possible. So the Hummer's done.
Yeah, it's done.
Nice. And you've got a big box for me inside.
Yes, several boxes.
Oh yes, I know what this is. So I got an email from an outfit called the Off-Road Alliance.
Off-Road Alliance?
And they're an off-road aftermarket parts supplier. They do all kinds of vehicles. They're, you know, lift kits, anything you'd want for off-road vehicles, and especially Raptors. And they wanted to help me with my Border Patrol Raptor restoration. For those who haven't been following, this Raptor was only $7,000, and I got it not knowing it was going to be a simple relay. The Wizard fixed it with a relay to where it runs and drives. It still needs work, like a transfer case. We have one of those going in soon, but I kind of wanted to faithfully restore it, because when we started working on it, we discovered that it was originally owned by the Border Patrol, the U.S. Border Patrol. And that's why it was so beat up, being a 2012, 150,000 miles. Hard work protecting our southern border. So I went through and did the cosmetics first, because that's opposite, but that's what I did. And we have the letters and the stripes and everything to make it look like a Border Patrol vehicle again, except it says Hoopty Patrol, because we don't want to scare people. But it looks like you already got started with one box, Wizard. You're not supposed to open other people's mail.
Yeah, when I opened it, I said, oh, this isn't mine.
And it's a light bar. Huh.
I think it's green.
Oh yes, a green glowing light bar to go on the roof. Very cool. Well, there's a lot more to go through, and I don't need you to do this. Why don't you go look at the 500 SL and see if you can figure out what's wrong. Oh, I think you're going to trust me with a knife.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't cut yourself.
I'm going to unbox.
Still have a bill for you to pay.
All right, shoe.
Shoe? Leave you to it? Okay.
I'm doing an unboxing video. These things are all the rage on YouTube, or they were 3 years ago. It's box inception, a box within a box in a box. And the first thing that we discover is a shovel. A shovel? It's a toothed shovel. Okay. All right, now it's starting to make a little more sense. A light bar for the front. I don't think there's a single Raptor in existence without an aftermarket light bar. That's just kind of standard. Yes. Fog lights, more lights, lights and lights. Yes, and in here, more boxes within boxes. Built right. Oh, I know what this is. This is a bed storage system thing. Goes inside the bed here, in all of the little nooks and crannies, and lets you store things on the side of the bed in a place you normally don't use things. And I remember seeing pictures of these. That's why there's a shovel, because you can mount a shovel to this stuff. Oh, that's pretty. Guess we're getting some new shoes on the Raptor as well. Some Venom Rex. Venom Rex, that's quite a brand there. So I'm guessing these are more wheel boxes. They gave me 5 of them, which is nice because I'm missing my spare. That's really sweet of them. But I'm kind of curious what's in this big guy here. Oh, I know what this is. It's kind of hard to picture, but it's a rear bar, kind of like a roll bar, but they're not really roll bars, but it'll mount here. I think I saw a picture of it online. Kind of mount like this, and then my light bar can go on the back. Very cool. And then underneath it, I see some new springs, which I was told by the Off-Road Alliance that you should replace these springs after a certain number of miles, and it'll also level up the suspension, make it a little bit higher so I can put a bigger tire on. Last box within the box. Yes, the springs. Springs too. Springs in the front, big old leafs in the rear. And that should get my Raptor pretty much fully restored. With the used transfer case from JJ Auto Wrecking in the back, I'm good to go. Or the Wizard's good to go. And speaking of Wizard, what is he doing?
Holy Father, descend upon this car and cleanse it of its evil.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine.
Holy Trinity, come amongst us and remove the sins of darkness from this car.
Wizard?
Don't interrupt the ritual. Mother Mary, be with us and remove that which has come from the E63.
A cross. Yeah, of course, a cross.
Holy Father, I beseech thee, release this car from its ailments.
What are you doing?
I'm cleansing the evil out of your car.
That's not what's wrong with it.
Well, that's how wizards handle this situation.
But I want the car wizard, not Gandalf.
Okay.
What is going on?
Actually, I'm just being silly. I actually figured it out 30 seconds into this deal.
What is it?
It's your aftermarket alarm that you had installed. It's gone on the fritz.
I did install in high school. You're absolutely right. In high school, I installed an aftermarket alarm, and it had a remote start on it. I don't even know where the fob is anymore. It's gone.
I think it's died, and it's really short-circuiting, or something's going wrong with it.
That makes a lot of sense. He's a wizard. But it's funny to see this again because the E63 was spraying washer fluid all over it a week ago.
Well, washer fluid brought evil into this car. It's washer fluid that has to remove it.
Is that blessed washer fluid there?
Well, now this is evil. It's taking the evil into it.
I see.
I'm going to pour it down the drain.
Well, now I have to decide which car I'm going to take home, whether I take my E63, which is demon possessed, or my Hummer H2, which just tried to kill me.
I suppose I'll reluctantly take home the E63, even though it's a pretty strained relationship at this point. This car keeps breaking and breaking. It was my dream car, and now it's a nightmare. But what did I expect? It's a modern Mercedes that's getting old, and it has over 200,000 miles on it. There's so much electronic complication that this is going to be the rest of its life, constantly fighting with issues. And I recently read somewhere that it looks like the next generation of C63s are going to be hybrid platforms, to which I say, good luck, because I can't even handle this 2007 with all the electronics. It makes me want to run back towards my 500 SL, even though it's demon possessed because it caught it from this thing. But anyway, hopefully it starts. Thank you for watching.